So what makes this video special is it's completely organic. Nothing about this video is planned. There was no treatments, there was no venues booked, there was no additional people. It was literally 3 of us, me, Act, Reddo. Reddo, like, apparently he already recorded something to the beat prior, but then when we got there, he was like, hey, Act, delete all that, I'm finna re-record it. He goes in like one take and records Leave It to Beaver. That's what made it crazy.
I can smell the vibe. Yeah, I can smell the vibe.
Everybody heard at the intro of the song, he like, I got my nigga Bray in this bitch with me. So, I don't know, I just felt like somehow I had to incorporate myself in the video. So I just come in, snap the film camera, took a picture, the camera closes like a real shutter, and then it goes into the video. I didn't even have my cameras with me. I just got in from a flight, literally pulled up on them, we recorded the song, left, went to one of our friends' houses who had a green screen. I had one camera, it was like a 60D, like it wasn't even a quality camera for video. But the vibe was so crazy, we just started shooting on the green screen, all green screen. That camera actually died after the car scene. So the whole rest of the video was shot with my iPhone. So the first scene that you see is Reddo in the car, buckling the seatbelt, fastening the seatbelt. The car adjusts as he cranks it up.
I should put my seatbelt on first.
Basically the inspiration this is, if you actually watch the old Leave It to Beaver, it's a character called Lumpy. And it was a scene where Lumpy like pulled up in his car. He would always pull up crazy in a whip. So like the song's called Leave It to Beaver. I automatically thought black and white due to the fact of the old film, old TV show. And I put him in a car. I didn't want it to be too realistic, so I got a drawn car and just made it move naturally like he was actually in a car. So that was the whole inspiration to this, Lumpy on Leave It to Beaver. Take your hat off and tip it out to somebody. The vibe was so crazy, sometimes you gotta capitalize on the vibe. You can't really miss a vibe. And obviously it showed off at the end, but some of the green screen is kind of foggy. It's kind of got like a fog or like a haze, and you can kind of see his outline. It's not really as crispy as it usually is because it's straight iPhone. The scene of him in the street, like an old city street, like concrete brick building vibe, old school Oliver Twist vibes. So I really pulled that from that ASAP Rocky LSD video, because if he was walking through the city in Tokyo or Japan or wherever he was at, and the lights were just flashing, going crazy, and he was just in the city dolo by himself. So I put Reddo in the street. There's already a spot for a billboard. So I just applied a draw mask and drew it out and inserted the cover for Leave It to Beaver, and I had it scrolling through the whole time. And there was also a spot above it for like an open and close sign. So I just had Reddo flashing. That kind of represented the flashes from LSD, since I didn't really incorporate it in the building, since it was some stock photo. It wasn't even stock motion video. You know what I'm saying? If you paid attention, you kind of noticed that in the background. Another scene is the slime. He was sitting down in a chair.
This type nigga that's gonna fuck the bitch and her friend, you hear me? But I ain't trying to rap to you, cause I get paid for that here. Alright.
Boy, if you don't.
I didn't feel like drawing him out in the footage, so I was like, man, just throw the green screen on top of the chair, just sit in the chair. So he was just sitting in the chair. The key chorus on the song is, "You must have forgot I was slime." So like, I had to put him sitting on some slime. So originally I had some James Bond blood. I turned it green and just put him on it, and as the slime just came down from the screen, it was like him sitting on the slime, riding on the slime. And then the last scene, I really didn't have any inspiration for it. I just needed something kind of like techno. I was thinking, like, every time I listened to the song, I just thought the song was bigger than we thought it was. So I just put him in a room. I found some stock footage. It was a room with a bunch of lights. So like the beat kind of represented the lights, and the lights hit with the beat. So I inserted the background. It went along with the beat. Everybody still tell me to this day, like, yo, how you get the lights to hit on the beat? That wasn't planned. Had him put his jacket off one shoulder, hat to the side. But another shot is him sitting on the tissue box in the flames. So one of our animators, Telly Hilfinger, drew him a photo that Pat took of him wiping his nose. So I was like, bro, how could I make another scene that's dope and it's gonna stand out? So I got a tissue box, took Kleenex off, put Reddo next, and just had him floating, sitting on the corner of the tissue box. That was kind of crazy. I can't really explain the fire. That's how we ended up making a movie on accident.
Jig monster, Jig monster, Jig, Reddo monster, Jig, Reddo Lightyear teleport, yeah. Whoa.